8 everyday habits that secretly reveal your net worth. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly, while others work just as hard but stay stuck financially? The answer might not be in their job, their income, or even their education, but in their everyday habits. That's right. The small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day are quietly telling the world what your net worth really is, or what it's on track to become. In this video, we're breaking down 8 everyday habits that are more revealing than your paycheck or credit score. These habits expose whether you're building wealth or just looking like you are. They're the kind of things most people overlook: how you spend your mornings, how you handle money you weren't expecting, and even what's sitting in your grocery cart. Some of these might surprise you. Others might hit a little too close to home. But every one of them can either move you closer to financial freedom or keep you stuck in a cycle of just getting by. So whether you're already on the path to wealth or just getting started, stick around. These habits might just change the way you think about money and how you build it. Let's jump in. Habit 1. How you spend your mornings. How you start your day reveals a lot about your mindset, and that mindset often shows up in your net worth. Wealthy individuals are intentional with their mornings. They wake up with a plan, not just because they're naturally early risers, but because they understand that the early hours are prime real estate for productivity. They might meditate, work out, read, review their goals, or get a jump start on work, all before the world is even awake. In contrast, many people with financial struggles tend to hit snooze, rush through their morning, and start their day reacting instead of acting. There's no judgment here, but it's important to notice that chaos in your morning often mirrors chaos in your finances. If you're not taking time to align your day with your goals, you're more likely to drift through it, and that drift shows up in poor time management, poor money management, and missed opportunities. Your morning routine is one of the only parts of your day you truly control. How you use it can reveal whether you're building toward financial freedom or stuck in survival mode. Start small. Wake up 30 minutes earlier and use that time to invest in yourself. Habit 2. What you do with spare time. We all get pockets of free time throughout the day, waiting in line, commuting, winding down at night. What you do in these moments can say more about your financial potential than your job title or salary. Wealth-conscious people often fill their downtime with activities that either educate, inspire, or energize them. That could be listening to audiobooks, working on a side hustle, journaling ideas, or just strategizing future goals. On the flip side, if your default is always Netflix, TikTok scrolling, or endlessly browsing online stores, it could reflect a passive relationship with time. And since time equals opportunity, wasted time often equals missed income. This doesn't mean you can't relax, but when all your spare time is spent consuming instead of creating or learning, you limit your capacity to grow wealth. The people who steadily build net worth treat time like a resource. They understand that even 20-30 minutes a day used wisely can compound into powerful results. If you're not where you want to be financially, look at how you spend your off hours. That's often where the biggest change and the biggest growth can happen. Habit 3. Tracking expenses. You can't manage what you don't measure. One of the clearest signs of financial health is knowing exactly where your money goes. High net worth individuals, regardless of income, tend to be hyper-aware of their cash flow. They use budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or even a good old-fashioned notebook to track spending categories, monitor patterns, and identify waste. By contrast, many people struggling financially live in a kind of money fog. They know money comes in and goes out, but they aren't exactly sure how, where, or why. This lack of clarity leads to overdraft fees, credit card debt, and the infamous end of month, "where did it all go?" feeling. Even high earners can fall into this trap if they don't track their expenses. Wealthy people know that small leaks sink big ships, so they patch those leaks by keeping tabs on subscriptions, receipts, spending triggers, and recurring costs. The habit of tracking isn't about restriction, it's about awareness and control. When you know where every dollar is going, you can redirect it toward things that build net worth, like investments or savings. If you're not tracking yet, try it for 30 days. You'll be amazed at what your bank statements reveal. Habit 4. Impulse buying versus intentional spending. Impulse spending is the silent killer of wealth building. It's those small, emotional, in-the-moment purchases that seem harmless until they stack up into hundreds or thousands of dollars lost each year. Think, buying snacks every time you get gas, grabbing coffee daily without a second thought, or clicking buy now during a late-night scroll. These choices reflect a reactive money mindset. On the other hand, wealthy people are strategic with their spending. They practice delayed gratification, carefully researching purchases, comparing prices, and often walking away from potential buys to reflect first. Their focus is on value, not just price. This doesn't mean they never splurge, but even their splurges are budgeted and intentional. This habit speaks volumes about someone's net worth trajectory. Constant impulse buying can indicate emotional spending, lack of planning, or even a need to feel rich in the moment. Over time, it eats away at your ability to save and invest. Want to test yourself? Next time you're tempted to buy something unplanned, wait 24 hours. Most of the time, you'll find the urge passes, and that money stays in your pocket where it belongs. Habit 5. How you handle your car. You might think driving a luxury car means someone is wealthy, but in many cases, it's the opposite. A high-end car with a hefty monthly payment could mean someone is over-leveraged, prioritizing appearances over financial stability. Wealthy people often drive modest, practical vehicles that are either fully paid off or purchased, used to avoid rapid depreciation. This habit shows a person's true financial priorities. Are they focused on impressing others or building freedom? Many people with significant net worth drive older Toyotas or Hondas, not because they can't afford better, but because they know the money is better invested elsewhere. Cars are one of the fastest depreciating assets. As soon as you drive a new one off the lot, it can lose up to 20% of its value. That's money that could have gone into stocks, real estate, or even a business idea. So if you're spending a huge chunk of your monthly income on a car, it might be time to reassess. Your vehicle should get you from A to B, not hold you back from financial freedom. Habit 6. What's in your grocery cart? Your grocery habits might seem small, but over time, they paint a clear picture of how you manage money. People with strong financial habits tend to approach grocery shopping with a plan. They buy in bulk when it makes sense, cook at home more often, and focus on value rather than convenience. Meal planning, shopping with a list, and avoiding frequent impulse buys are all signs of financial discipline. Now, take a look at the other side. If your cart is full of prepackaged meals, overpriced snacks, daily trips to the store, or convenience items, you're likely spending far more than necessary. This might not seem like a big deal, but grocery bills can be one of the largest monthly expenses, and most people overspend here without realizing it. Wealth-minded individuals understand that small daily decisions create large, long-term results. Saving $10 per trip, avoiding food waste, and cutting down on dining out can add up to thousands per year. That money could go toward investing, debt reduction, or saving for larger goals. So next time you're shopping, take note. Your cart isn't just full of food, it's full of clues about your financial mindset. Habit 7. Your circle of influence. Who you spend your time with has a massive impact on your financial future. The saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," isn't just motivational fluff. It's backed by patterns seen across wealth and lifestyle. High net worth individuals often surround themselves with people who are ambitious, goal-oriented, and financially literate. Conversations in wealthy circles often revolve around business ideas, investments, growth, and opportunities. In contrast, conversations in less financially stable circles may center around complaining, gossip, materialism, or instant gratification. If your inner circle doesn't support your goals, or worse, actively encourages poor habits, you'll likely adopt those same behaviors. Building wealth often requires you to make tough choices about your relationships. That doesn't mean you have to cut people off entirely, but it does mean being mindful of who influences your decisions. Do your friends talk about budgeting or just spending? Do they celebrate your wins or make you feel guilty for being too focused? Surround yourself with people who challenge you to level up, not just financially, but mentally. Because your network is more than just social, it's strategic, and it may quietly be the biggest indicator of your future net worth. Habit 8. How you handle windfalls. Getting extra money, a bonus, a gift, a tax refund can feel amazing. But how you handle those windfalls reveals whether you're a spender or a builder. Many people immediately spend it on a vacation, upgrade, or impulsive purchase. In their minds, it's extra money, so it doesn't count. But here's the truth. How you handle extra money is exactly how you'd handle a larger income or bigger opportunities. Wealth-minded individuals see windfalls as an opportunity to accelerate financial goals. They'll throw that money into investments, savings, debt payments, or something that creates long-term value. They understand that every dollar is a tool, not a toy. This difference in thinking separates long-term wealth builders from those living paycheck to paycheck. Even if you earn a modest income, the way you treat unexpected money reveals your financial maturity. Are you creating a cushion for the future or spending to feel good in the moment? The next time you receive a windfall, pause. Ask yourself, how can this help me build? That single moment of reflection could be the difference between staying stuck and moving ahead financially. So there you have it, 8 everyday habits that quietly reveal your net worth. These aren't about being flashy or frugal. They're about being intentional. Every financial decision, no matter how small, adds up over time. If you saw yourself in any of the bad habits, don't stress. It's never too late to shift. Hit that like button if this gave you a wake-up call, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights every week. Until next time, stay smart, stay focused, and stay building.